Hey everyone, it's Mark, Skipper Mark, and today we're at Lake Winnipesaukee in Moulton Borough, New Hampshire at the Lees Mills Town Boat Ramp. The ramp is town owned and I think it's free to use year round. We've never seen anyone here collecting a fee. The ramp is in great shape and pretty sheltered from the wind. Little did we know, however, what the lake had in store for us. So as you can see, it's really pretty here. A lot of mountains in the background. This part of Lake Winnipesaukee is quite different than like the Meredith area. This is rustic, wooded, and much more remote. This here is an example of a narrow area on the lake with rocks everywhere. If you look over there, there's rocks right there. Bunch of rocks there, rocks over there, and then this whole island here is all rocks. But with our trusty Navionics app, we know exactly where to go. We just follow the pink line. Can't ever trust it 100%, but you can be pretty sure it's close, and you know, you go where it says to go, and then what I do is I go where it says to go, and then I actually look and see if there's anything to worry about. When a flag is sticking out that much in a sheltered area, I should have known we were in for some windy weather. See what I mean about the pretty views? There's beautiful mountains and things in this area. See this orange stick sticking up? That's just to mark something. It looks like it might have a light on it, but I'm not sure. But it does look like I'm outside of the channel, and Matt went the right way. There's a big rock over here to the left. I don't know if you can actually see it, but it's right over there. And that's what's crazy about this lake. It can look like it's really, really deep, and then out of nowhere, huge rocks. So we're out here in the middle of, I guess it's Moulton Borough Bay or something like that. I'll look it up and see if it has a name, but it's really rough out here because, oh, the wind today is like 12, I think. I'm not sure, but it might even be, I think it's like 15 or something, but gusts are up to 30. So that means that it's going to be really, really rough. It's beautiful though, but yeah, rough. Going back, we're going to have to head straight into these waves just so we don't get splashed, because you get really wet on these when water hits them from the side. He just went underwater, but there was a big loon over there. Lots and lots of loons here on Lake Winnipesaukee. So this area that we're about to go in is called the hole in the wall. Oh, there he is, right over there. I know it's hard to see with the GoPro because it's such a wide angle, but they're awesome, awesome birds. They swim crazy fast, and they use their beak as a spear to catch fish and stab them. But this is the hole in the wall. It's a neat little area, just a narrow channel between maybe two islands, I think. Yeah, it looks like on Navionics, it's Little Bear Island, and I'm not quite sure what the island is on the left here, but yeah. It's funny because we're starting boating very early this year, and there's nobody like out on their houses yet. Normally when you come through here like in June or July, it's just people all lined up just sitting there relaxing, watching the boats pass by all day. That's the way to do it with your boat if you're not gonna put it on a lift dock. Just put it in the middle and tie it on 4 points so it doesn't get banged up. What I like about this part of the lake is it's actually like cottages. It's not that I don't love the $10 million homes that are in other areas, but this is just really pretty because it's just like kind of cozy. Like, hey, we're going to the cottage, and they maybe don't have heat, so you get cold on a chilly night. Quite a few years ago, we were fishing in this area one early morning day and came upon this house over here with the boat garage, and I saw it and I loved it, and it was just so pretty with the pine trees all behind it. It's still pretty overgrown, and I'm gonna put that picture in the video when I get home, but it's just so pretty. And to me, that's like what I consider a cabin. Like, hey, let's go to the lake and go to the cabin for the weekend. The destination is Weirs Beach for sure, and Meredith. But okay, here comes a little gust going up to 11 and a half. Here comes some gusts. Let's see what it is. 12, 13. They said it could be gusts up to 30. Here comes a nice gust. It's all dark and ripply. A big wave leading the charge. Only 11. How disappointing. Come on, 30. We want 30. We're only like 9 to 11, maybe 113. But it's 63, which is chilly. 36% humidity, which is dry. So, not as exciting as I thought. I thought we were gonna be in 30-mile-an-hour winds. But this is good to know, because if it's this rough when it's only 10 miles an hour, I can't imagine what it would be like when it was 30. This area here on the right that we're gonna go past is an area that the mail boat goes to. So Lake Winnipesaukee is one of the few areas that actually does mail delivery. So the people on this island here get their mail delivered by a boat a couple times a week. And you can go on the boat and they charge you like 30 or 35 bucks for an hour and a half, something like that. I slowed down suddenly because it got really shallow. But I'm gonna keep going. There's no markers here. It's just really pretty. The color, the trees, I love it. Even though it's kind of windy and we're getting splashed a lot, I love this area. Which actually reminds me, you guys should watch my Is This Heaven video. Let's go talk to Nancy and Matt. I wanted to just get some pictures of, or videos of this area because it's so pretty. This is the mailboat stop where people jump off of the dock. They come all down to the dock, all the people that live on the island, and they want to get their ice cream and their mail. And they all come running out, and then at the end they all climb up on the poles and jump off. I'll post a video down below, or not down below, but here, of what they do when the mailboat comes by. Matt got sideways on his own wake and almost flipped over. Thank goodness they didn't fall in like they did at Candlewood like a couple weeks ago. You want to come with me, Nancy? I won't put you in the water. Yeah, I have a video about that. It's linked above if you want to watch it. Probably can't see it very well, but way off in the distance over there, that white peak is Mount Washington. I have some videos of it in my previous video when we were here a couple weeks ago that I'll link to up above. But it's really pretty. It stays snow covered till May sometimes, and people ski actually on it. It's got a lot less snow on it though now than it did last time we were here. Ready? Okay. This here is Chase Landing. It's part, nope, I'm sorry. This here is Church Landing. It's part of the Mill Falls hotels in the area that we come to a lot and visit. They're really nice. This one over here is the main one. It's the big one, Church Landing. A lot of fancy rooms. I'll link to a video up above where I talk about the different hotels and show some, maybe even link to 2 videos because I've got more than one. And then this is the gazebo, which invariably gets destroyed every winter. I don't know why they don't put bubblers around it, but maybe they do, but it always gets destroyed by ice and they have to rebuild it, as you can see from the light wood in front. I don't know what kind of boat this is, but it's some big boat. We saw it actually leave out of Center Harbor when we were driving past. It's nice. It says it's a Super V, whatever that is. But downside is you can't go fast on this lake, 45 max. So it's kind of a shame. This here is Eagle, which is lake spelled backwards. It's a place where you can rent paddle boards, maybe kayaks, take pontoon tours, stuff like that. This here is the Town Docks restaurant. It's one of my favorite places to eat. You're right on the water. Beautiful, beautiful views. I will link to a video of us eating there if I can do that. I don't know if I can link to a video specifically, like one part of it. These are the Town Docks, not the restaurant, but the actual Town Docks. On a busy holiday weekend, you're lucky if you can find a spot here. It's just crazy busy. Super busy. Like people will wait a half hour or more just out here bobbing around to get a spot, and then when they go to get it, someone else swoops in and gets it. Almost like seagulls, how they steal each other's food. The problem is these docks are pretty high, so with a jet ski like this that's really low in the back, it ends up drifting under them unless you can put it on the downwind side. This dock is broken. It's been broken for months. Probably broke in with the ice. Hey, another WaveRunner. That hotel across the street is the Chase House, which is why I call the other one Chase Landing. That's a nice hotel, but it's actually across the street from the water here. Because of that, it's a little bit less money. This is Heskey Park, a really nice park to, you know, hang out at, but downside is a lot of ducks and geese, so gotta watch where you go because there's landmines galore. And then lastly, this is Bay Point. which is a beautiful hotel. In the winter, they actually turn this area here into an ice rink, and in the summer, they put all kinds of beautiful plants in the planters on the first, second, I think third floor, and it's just really, really pretty. Hopefully I have a picture that I can link to of that. I'm sure I do. I got pictures of everything here. Okay, well, we're gonna go to these docks because they're very shallow. Not shallow, they're very low. And we should be able to put our boats on them relatively easy without them banging around too much. I love the WaveRunners for everything except the hatch. There's no way to easily get up there and get stuff out. Even if I turn the wheel handlebar as far as it'll go, you gotta like step over here, and I have neoprene socks on, which are very slippery, so I can't really stand up on the front. Matt can, but I'm not able to right now, maybe because I'm fearing falling in. So he's actually at the dock. He's gonna get all tied up, and then I'm gonna go over and they're gonna help me. So they're gonna help the old man. So after maybe an hour taking a break in the Meredith dock area, we ordered pizza, got a pizza and ate that at the docks. Went over to the hotel to see what was happening there, and then came back, relaxed a little bit, and now we're heading over to Weirs Beach. We're hoping to go get some Laconia 100th anniversary bike t-shirts. I don't know if they'll have them yet because the event isn't for a month. You would think they would, or maybe they're on their way. And then we're gonna head back home. Well, over to the dock, I should say. The conditions at the dock were pretty rough, so Nancy and Matt just ran up to the store while I stayed on the boat and didn't have to tie it up. These here are tiki boats that you can rent. I think they just are a bar on water. This island here is another one that gets mail deliveries. They come from the place I showed earlier and then come over here. The dock here is totally gone. It's like just gone, the dock. Either from ice or high water. The pylons are all cracked and shattered. Mailboat won't be coming there because it's too big to go to those little docks. But then what's neat is, if you live here, you've got that nice sandy beach, which is awesome. All right, we're heading back and about to go through the hole in the wall. This one's not quite as fun as another one that's another narrow channel like this. But it was getting late, so we didn't have time to go to it. But next time we're here, we'll definitely, hopefully, go to it. This house over here lost a tree and their porch. Can't tell if it hit anything else. It looks like it may have done a lot of damage to the porch and maybe the side of the house because there's plywood all over it. It doesn't look like they've been here at all this season. There's trees on the roof and stuff. A lot of people out fishing today. There was a bass tournament that happened in Meredith. They were all weighing the fish when we were having lunch. This area is called the Graveyard. It's a narrow channel that looks completely safe, but there's actually dangerous rocks under the surface on both sides that will rip a hole in your hull.
Go fast, but I am going to try to go fast enough so we don't get splashed.
Well, going fast enough so we didn't get splashed clearly didn't work. And that's pretty much how it went for the next 15 minutes as we made our way up the Molten Burrow Bay through some of the roughest water I've seen in a while. The lake had been rough for most of the day, but it wasn't crazy. When we were heading home and past the tip of Molten Burrow, that totally changed. All we could see was black water that was covered solid by whitecaps. We knew it was going to be rough. If you listen to the sound of the engine, it got really muffled. That's because the GoPro got so wet it must have thought we were underwater. I had measured a wind gust earlier that was 22 miles an hour, and it wasn't anything like what we experienced here.
Big wave, big! Woo!
The waves were a steady 2 to 3 feet tall, with some going higher than 4 feet. They were so tall that they were washing completely over our handlebars. I was a little nervous about water getting into the hull and flooding the engine, but the VX Cruiser WaveRunners did amazingly well. We cruised at about 22 miles an hour, which seemed to be the sweet spot. The ride was smooth, but we did get splashed a lot. I tried going about 35, and that was drier, but it was also a lot rougher, and with Nancy in the back, I wanted her to be comfortable. Matt didn't care, and he zoomed along at 45 miles an hour and said the ride was very dry, but it was very hard to hold on from all the pounding he was taking. Some of the splashes were so hard that I thought my contacts were going to fall out, and it wasn't just spray that was hitting us, it was actual walls of water. Every splash that you see hitting the camera was a splash hitting us in the face. I wasn't scared, but I was a little nervous because if we slowed down to rest, the boat immediately turned sideways and I thought it might flip over in the waves.
Well, I can't worry about us again. Matthew! Come over here!
At one point, Matt had gotten outside the channel and was heading toward a huge pile of rocks that were barely under the surface. I was yelling and trying to get his attention, but he couldn't hear me. Thankfully, he saw the markers and me trying to flag him down and ended up getting back where he needed to be. Seeing was actually very difficult because my sunglasses were constantly covered with water drops. But if I took them off, the water was hitting my face directly and my contacts felt like they were going to fall off. I had to stop and keep readjusting them because they were moving around. It all worked out in the end though, and we made it back to the ramp safely.
I couldn't see a thing. I said, let me stand up. That was worse.
when we passed through this area, there was a huge bald eagle up in the tree. Thankfully, Matt was able to get a video of it.
I love this area here. It's so pretty. It's weird. The water seems warm on my toes, even though it's probably like 50 degrees. Really nice sunset it's going to be.
Alright, so we're heading home, and we're just passing through the town of Meredith. We didn't even do a thank you for watching video like I normally do at the ramp, because it was just so rough and we were so cold, and we're just super tired now. So we're gonna head home. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, please leave a message. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great day.